Hello, everyone, and welcome to CSR Main. Today we've got another match at the Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup 2023. We've got brackets round one here. We got a game 3 between treesapthief and NYRambler. I'm Star, our two comms tonight, our captain, and Hub. Take it away.
Thank you very much. How you all doing today? Today we'll be doing a FAD keys, which is a fixed all dungeon key sanity, with the fix being both the Big Ganon's big key as well as the keys to the Hyrule Castle Tower being in their exact location, so you don't have to comb through like the entire map for those three things to finish the dungeon. Well, finish the game itself, but yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. We're gonna see all the dungeons being run through, so it's gonna fall into where we're gonna find our keys and how our runners are gonna execute. I am Esper Hub, and along with me is Captain 1977. How you doing today?
Oh, doing fantastic. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's just gonna waiting for our runners to get started in a moment. So, what do you think is gonna happen for this seed?
Well, you know, you have to do all the dungeons. That's the main thing. It's like a lot of times you want to see like your Dark World access be through like Castle Tower because you got to do it anyway. So you know where the keys are at, so you can just go ahead and do it at any time. But yeah, we're gonna see a lot of keys spread out through Hyrule, and you're gonna probably see a lot of double dips in dungeons because yeah, you can get like some access to the dungeons, and yeah. So, but we're gonna see how these two runs for. So yep, this is game 3 of the first round of Challenge Cup brackets here, and we are underway. We're getting divergent routes here already.
Yeah, we saw a peek at Sanctuary's chest, and that was a Skull Woods small key. And treesapthief picked up a piece of heart over at the Link's home. So we're gonna be, I believe we are seeing Rambler and Rambler going to do some. I believe this has to be a hula hand here.
I believe this would be.
So how hula hand works is you trick the game to thinking that your coordinates is on an offset that leads you to the secret Easter egg room to get to there, and it will always give you 255 rubies. So this room is useful at the start, so you can get the currency needed to do a lot of what the seed will have in store for you, which is of course Bottle Merchant, of course, and treasure game, chest in the Dark World, digging game in the Dark World, perhaps some money for Zora to get scammed. You know, just those sort of things. You know, which you'll normally will have to go through in all dungeons run through.
Yep, and we saw at treesapthief's side there from the uncle. We got an early bow as well, so yep. And then Rambler's gonna buy some bombs here. Gonna go check out green pendant information early. Go head over to Saha, get those 3 items in the back as well. Treesapthief making doing a little normal routing here. Started at the house, going up to the uncle, talk to the uncle, and check our lumberjack item. As we saw that the tier 1 tree pole was 20 rupees, so money's not gonna be an issue this seed, looks like, at least for runners.
Especially with the crab giving out 5s as well. So yeah, our runners are going to be plenty supplied with cash today, whatever they like it or not, because I'm pretty sure they're going to come across a bunch of chests. I'll give a bunch of them. So Eastern Palace being our green pendant for Saha, as we see in the back of the closet, a piece of heart, a map, and that leads to Misery Mire, and a big key, and that's going to be to Thieves Town.
Okay. So well, I don't know if you saw it on treesapthief's side, but in the lumberjack tree today is a sword. So that could be very interesting to see if that's gonna come up later.
It all depends on what our runners are coming across in the early game. So the first things you'll wonder what you're looking for if you have to do the Castle Tower climb first is you getting the lantern, at least one level of sword. So fighter sword can do, and if you have fighter sword and you don't have a way to get master sword, you're going to be looking for cape next. So lantern, cape, fighter sword, and moon pearl will be the telling signs that maybe you will have to do AGA 1 very early. Otherwise, you're looking for Dark World access, and I'm pretty sure our runners are going to be, as we see from NYRambler, he is already in Eastern, using the taking a moment to just dip into here, because we know we're going to be double dipping in this kind of a seed, no stranger to that. And we'll just go from there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the bow. Well, even if you find the big key to Eastern here, you'll probably opt out of not doing it. But I don't think it's very unlikely the big key for Eastern will be here. I could be wrong, though. You know, the seed can prove anyone wrong otherwise. But until then, it's still up in the air.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, the nature of Randomizer, you just don't know what's coming next. So, Rambler making its way through Eastern Palace. Treesapthief into Kakariko here. Lots of checks to do. Looks like we found some more money there in the back of the tavern as well. Just a few bombs off the bottle vendor. But
so what's very interesting about how NYRambler is doing this opening is that he didn't even bother to go in Kakariko at all. He just decided, okay, we're just gonna go right into Eastern and get that out the way and get these checks. And that's legitimate because Eastern is kind of just a stroll in the park if you're very seasoned at doing Link to the Past in general. So you can easily check what's in here. If none is there, oh well, we got everything out the way, so we can just go right ahead and do all of our other checks, and once we do get the necessary means to finish it, we can save and quit and go back to it later. But having a little bit of trouble in that one dark room before the big key chests, and that's rather unfortunate, but that's fine. Logic wasn't really pointing to there anytime soon, unless we come across the lantern in Kakariko Village or in South Shore. Speaking of Kakariko Village, we did get a handful of goodies and some keys along the way in Kakariko Village, but I don't think treesapthief came across anything significant yet. So
just looks like a hair big key and a pound small key. That's about all that was in Kakariko today. So not a ton of stuff, but
yeah, we're gonna be adding some keys to the key ring today. But from the time being, nothing super significant there besides the bow being not too far off. That was a key on that bookshelf, was there?
Yep.
Oh boy. So boost is definitely going to be... Well, depending on what that key is, it may not be required, but we don't know for sure until we pick up that key. So we're going to assume that boost is definitely required. As we get a save and quit, treesapthief is probably going to be going to South Shore this time around, and we're going to be seeing those new checks from there.
Yeah, Rambler headed into Kakariko here now. We're gonna get his few items and let's see what's at the. I think he's headed toward the dam first. So
yep, the first part of the South Shore checks is the dam, and of course you always want to take the first look into the chest here and then leave, come back in, drain the dam, see what's in the water, the sunken treasure as some would call it, and see what's there. Hopefully, we haven't been seeing huge progression here, so hopefully we'll see something big here at the very least. But if it's... Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, we're just looking for like something that give us some kind of direction here.
Unfortunately, it's only 20 rupees. And if only we could buy some directions with those 20 rupees, I'll be really honest.
Oh, crabs hurt.
Yeah, treesapthief needs to be careful here. I mean, despite the enemies in the lava world not doing much damage, crabs will take 2 hearts. So any more damage right now at this point will be it's probably a little bit disastrous if you ask me. But that's okay though. We got a fairy that's looming around here, so it won't be, unless they can get to that fairy at some point, you know, just anytime. Oh no, it fade away. That's okay though. Treesapthief handled the mini Mojo room with spectacular fashion using bombs. Get rewarded the hook shot. Gets a key. 20 rupees. That's another small key. Oh, that's the face sound.
Add some more money. Hey.
We can always use some more money. It wouldn't hurt. But yeah, getting the hook shot there is kind of big because that could be used as a supplementary movement tool and can kill a few enemies if you know how to use it. And also good use for stunning as well. So you don't have to even worry about the crabs now if you can aim your shot right.
Yeah, just don't take any chances with these crabs. They'll well.
It should be fine.
Ice Straw Cave. That's flute.
Alright, well there is our Death Mountain access right there. So that means Lantern might be in the Dark World. So hopefully in the Dark World. It may end up being, you know, it may end up being in the Death Mountain as well. So, but with the flute, that means our runners will have some easier time at the very least to traverse to huge areas of the light world, overworld, and most likely the next stop will definitely have to be the Death Mountain at this point. And thankfully, if you ran Link to the Past a lot, you can do that dark room section to escort that old man for an out of logic check, and we'll see what we come across there. As we free the bird, and most likely we'll be taking a trip either to Death Mountain, or if you're feeling bold enough, you can go to Desert Palace, the desert, and check out Agina's closet and see what that single check will lead to.
Yeah, and Treesapthief not going to waste any time here. Going right up the mountain and get bullied by some dead rocks first.
Yeah, this is where that hook shot comes into gets you some value here. Takes an unfortunate death from the falling rocks as Rambler finishes up his Moldrum Cave and gonna get his hook shot and his small keys to Desert Palace and Thieves Town. Am I correct? Thieves Town? Yes, Thieves Town.
Yep.
Treesapthief back at it again at the Death Mountain. Gonna take the time to get that piece of heart that he got stolen from the dead rock, which is understandable. I do not like those dead rocks at all. If I got hit by one, I'll look for another healing, especially if you're on 4 hearts. This is kind of sometimes you gotta understand, like, sometimes you're too used to having a whole bunch of hearts, and if you're not used to doing low percent runs like this, it can, like, nip you in the backside quite a bit for that inexperience.
Yeah, for sure. It's called Death Mountain for a reason. I mean, Rambler gets his flute. We're up here on the mountain. Looks like nothing going on in Spec Rock. We're gonna hop down here, hook shot across the gap, and see what's going on in Paradox Cave.
Hopefully some goodies.
Don't think Rambler will be too far behind here getting that flute. Gonna probably head up the mountain here as well.
Yeah, both runners are not too far off as far as the gap lines go. Like, there was some minor divergences, but they're still on the same pacing. So it could still go either way. Unless they do like a major gamble play.
Another pod small key. Number 2, there are 6 pod small keys in the pool. Arrows. There's a hammer. So now we're gonna have Hera open to us. There's a moon pearl.
Hey!
Wow.
That Paradise Cave just took over and replaced Hype Cave right then and there.
Wow. Just said, here's Dark World access right here, all in my cave. Just take it and go.
Man, watch this. Hype Cave is going to be absolutely nothing now. Like, Paradise Cave took all the thunder away from Hype Cave. We're gonna be very disappointed about Hype Cave in a moment. But hey, these are still 6 checks, so you play by density at this point, especially if you're in the first foray into this sea. 14 minutes in, better do these checks. We get half magic. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Not bad. That's
not bad. You get a small key, Misery Wire, another small key, Swamp Palace. Okay, there we go. Piece of heart and a big key, 2 ice pallets. Okay, that's a. I want to say that
wasn't bad.
That was a solid 6. That was a solid 6 because the half magic is definitely a good supplementary, especially when you're first into the sea. Can't tell you how much enough that bails me out, especially when I start going into the Skull Woods.
You got Hera Skull Woods as our 5-6 crystals today.
Speaking of Skull Woods. Meanwhile, I believe NYRambler is probably in the NYRambler is doing the dark part of the that mountain, and probably had some trouble along the way. Took an unfortunate death there, most likely to a dead rock or a falling rock. Either of those are, we hate those. Probably the most hated normal enemies in the game.
Oh yeah.
Escorted the old man safely, get a piece of heart for his troubles, but that gives him a whole heart. Did it? No, I don't think. No, it did.
Everybody killed his heart meter, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, not all was in vain, so that's some added defense, especially when he's going to get this Paradise Cave package right here. He's going to be very happy to at least have some hearts to work with as he goes into the Dark World very soon.
I'm a little surprised treesapthief didn't just go ahead and knock out Hera while you're up on the mountain, though, too. You got the big key, you just got access to going over to Hera. You might as well complete it while you're up on the mountain, but you're going to have to make that extra trip up the mountain here. So we'll see if Rambler wants to make that save decision, or he's actually going to try to go ahead and complete it while he's up here.
You know why I think he didn't want to do Hera? Because I don't think he has any more bombs. Same with NYRambler, unfortunately.
Oh no.
He can't get to the treasure chests at all. And that's really unfortunate. That means he'll have to double dip back into the Paradise Cave, but he has to get some bombs first before doing so. Which means you may want to save it quick and go to that vendor and buy the cave at Hyrule Lake to get your supplementary set of bombs before going back in there, because the longer you're lingering around not getting to that part of Paradise Cave, you're gonna be falling really behind there. But yeah, this is just a matter of and the main culprit of why my renders are so low on bombs is, of course, the mini Modrum Cave and opening up Paradise Cave as well. So you can't really fault them for not really missing for the lack of bombs that they got, because it's not mismanagement. It's just unfortunate moments and situations that RNG not giving them bomb drops and whatnot. So.
We got treesapthief headed into Palace of Darkness here. They get that early bow from the uncle. See if that's going to turn into anything.
And NYRambler gets his 8 bomb drop from the Modrum, thankfully enough. And gets denied by the dead rock, of course, because why wouldn't a dead rock be in the way? We do get our lantern in the dark world.
Flippers were in the chest right before that lamp too.
Yeah, those are some huge progressions now. Our runners don't have to worry about being in the dark. More importantly, though, flippers means we can start doing our Zora checks. And if we're really fortunate, we can find Mirror, and that can make our lives even easier. You know, just saying. Just saying, we can just find the Mirror right here and now, and that'll be really great. Hint, weak seed.
Yeah, you find a mirror here. That's here. That's Swamp Palace access already. Let's see, where is Rambler going next? Not gonna dip her right now. We are headed back to the light world. I'm just gonna do his pipe cave check here as well.
I'm gonna be happy they come across half magic as soon as possible, especially when they step in the dark world this way. Meanwhile, treesapthief gets the fire rod!
Hello.
And 10 bombs for his efforts. So, I feel like at this point you might as well just save and quit and start going to Thieves. Start going towards Skullwoods and Thieves Town now. Especially since you just used your last key for a piece of art. That's fine though. Yep. That's a check that we needed to get out the way anyways. But I'm sensing some speedrunning degeneracy here. We're about to see some hammer jump, bomb jump action.
This ain't legal.
Oh no, this is perfectly legal. That's why everybody's doing it.
Everybody, yeah.
But gotta love it though. Allows you to get back here. Yeah, allows you to get back here with no issues without even needing to use a key. I mean, you still probably want to go back for the big key, but we do get a Cane of Samora.
Okay. Pod officially stacked. You call it.
And the best part is, NYRambler is going around the same route. He is going to the pyramid. I'm going to assume that he's going to check not Zora, but the catfish as well. If not, then they'll most likely be going to eat the Palace of Darkness too, just to see what they can come across, and they will definitely come across those items as well. So yeah, they're not too far. So yeah, Rambler is not too far behind. Even though they did take a little bit of divergence to try to get some more bombs, which is absolutely fine. Spiral Cave is a check after all, and you can still make up the time for it by doing a check there. So, meanwhile,
if we get there's the big key to pot. No,
big key to pot and big key to Skullwoods. What were the odds in that? And you know what that? Okay, no, he pulled out the flute. I don't think he's going back to finish pod. I don't think he has another piece to do. The last part of pod.
You know what? Go back to pod. Yeah, he needs at least one more small key to finish out pod there. But
meanwhile, I believe this is our first check of catfish.
And treesapthief doing some flipper checks here as while wishing. Our first bottle of catfish.
That's actually pretty impressive. A fairy in there too, no less. That's going to incentivize Rambler to start going to Kakariko Village to do Dark World access stuff.
Yeah, he's going to miss out on his gaggle of goodies that are in Palace of Darkness. Does not have that bow, so no real reason to go over to Pod right now, so...
Where was Bo located at again?
The uncle.
Oh, right. So yeah, you will go in the Dark World. Check out Skullwood's back area. Well, not the complete back area, like the boss where the boss is at, but at the very least the first back part, and then you start working your way towards D Town and such. Eventually, he'll come to Pod where he get his Flipper's Lantern, Kena Samora, and I think that was it for Pod. Yeah, that was it for Pod. Oh yeah, Fire Rod, which is which you need to clear Skull Woods with. But thankfully, Skull Woods is pretty easy to traverse through. That it's not a huge taxing ordeal to double dip in. So,
yeah, speaking of Skull Woods, looks like Rambler is gonna go ahead into Skull Woods here as well. Treesapthief gonna do the same thing. Can't complete Skull Woods yet. We do need a sword for the back to cut the curtains to get to the moth, but let's see if we can. How far we're gonna get here.
Speaking of which, our runners have yet to find a sword besides the one that was standing on the ledge, which is well, we do get Timesmiths though.
Hello. Okay.
But yeah. The sword on Lumberjack legs is kind of an oxymoron because you still need a sword to do the Aga 1 fight in Castle Towers, so there has to be a sword confirmed to be out here somewhere. It's just a matter of where we're going to find it. It's got to be somewhere, gang. Come on now. Don't do this to us. Just anywhere right now would be a good time.
Does not appear to be in the front of Skull Woods. Did get those mitts though, and Rambler says that is good enough for now. I am leaving. We're gonna go do some other things.
Yeah, no part in going the back part unless you got the Fire Rod. Or Kena Samora at that, you know, just like a supplementary bonus. Just saying. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Alright, into the village of Outcast for Rambler. Treesapthief finishing up their Skull Woods check, see if they're gonna go to the big key chest. Oh, and the big chest. Yep, because he did get that big key, so let's see if this is gonna turn into anything.
Good bomb jumping. And gets a whole heart for his yeah, gets a whole heart for his efforts. Not bad. Especially since you're still on green now.
Big key to the rock for Rambler in the chess game at Village.
Oh yeah, to answer the question in chat, you just use the King of Samora to hit the switch block.
Yep.
And the first back part, which makes it easier to get to the back part chest.
All for a heart piece.
It's not the end of the world. Oh, I wouldn't know for sure. I haven't dabbed in the glitchy nature of Link to the Past yet. Besides a few tricks here and there.
Well, Treesapthief is going to check this one item under the bridge here. That's 50 rupees, so can't really go on from here without a sword, so no. Take a death warp back to the front of the dungeon. Meanwhile, Rambler is gonna go ahead and go to the back of Thieves Town here. Does have that small key, so this is a fully clearable Thieves Town at this point.
Yep, that is correct. And with hammer in hand, you really have no reason not to clear this whatsoever.
It does have 2 hearts, so it does have to be careful here.
Well, they do have a fair... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, treesapthief going over here to taking those bits and the blue and check out the miner shed. We need bombos for Misery Mire today.
Yeah, my Rambler taking an unfortunate death, but he had a fairy in a bottle, so that's gonna give him some mileage.
Hey, we found a sword and boots in Mire shed. Oh my goodness.
Mire shed having we getting some back-to-back care packages here. And that is a good prompt save and quit there. You got a lot of stuff to do now. With just those 2 items alone. You can check the Sanctuary Bonk Rocks, the Library's Key. What else? Well, we don't have Master Sword yet, so we can't do Castle Tower.
Yep. It looks like treesapthief wants to go ahead and join Rambler here in Thieves Town. Not gonna miss out on that Turok big key here. Oh no.
Curses.
I'm gonna take... Yeah, unfortunate that they're in Thieves Town. Oh, okay, well, there's bombos.
You know what's the weird thing about this is you can probably now clear. Wait, do we even have the big key to Misery Mire?
We do not,
Not yet. Not yet. We're getting close to there though. And an early Misery Mire does not. I don't think either of our runners are going to feel comfortable doing early Misery Mire because Viddy is, if not the second worst boss, the first worst boss. Our runners will, any runner worth their salt will say is like the worst boss, so to say. Especially if you're doing low percent. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think you need 3 smalls. You may need a small key, but not really 3 of them.
Oh yeah, treesapthief did not get that big key at Thieves Town that was in the back of Saha's closet like Rambler has, so gets the front 4. Gonna save and quit for now.
We do get a peep in Bumper Judge, and that's just going to be a map, so we can just cross that off the list of things that we have checked. We do get a mirror in Thieves Town!
Oh boy. Okay.
Alright.
Wow. Well, that small key and hamburger combo into Thieves Town really paid out for Rambler here, so that's a really good find. Now you just gotta go over to Uncle, get that bow, and then go back to Pod. And, oh. Oof.
Yeah, that makes Rotten Palace of Darkness a lot easier to manage now. On top of the other checks that you have opened up. But first, we gotta do a blind fight with the hammer. And I don't know about y'all, but that hammer blind low percent, pretty rough. Especially if he had used the fairy already.
Yeah. I think Rambler's gonna be like, nah, it's good enough for now. I'll come back later.
Speaking of
it's a big oh boy.
Yep. The scene is slowly coming together now after our drought of looking for items in the light world for like the first 15 minutes or so. Which is probably a good thing as far as for all dungeon key sanity goes, because we still gotta, once we get our major progression, we just need the keys to kind of back that up, and we'll be in go mode in no time. As we did get a key from Stumpy, and that'll be to Tower of Terror. Might be something in Coffee Break Room, but I'm not entirely sure. But the only way to find out is we go over there.
Is a fully clearable Hera now for both for treesapthief. Let me go ahead and grab the Smith here as well. Oh, and one of our checkers, Lady Lauren, pointing out, Rambler skipped the bombable hut and that bombable medallion.
I think it's probably because he's coming back up to get the Smith, now that he has mirror, and to turn in the Smith that way. Like, you usually will do the digging game first before you turn in the do the rest of the checks in the Village of Outcasts, including your blacksmith buddy.
Blacksmith having just 20 rupees today. Rambler gonna go ahead and do hammer pegs. Treesapthief saving the old man, this time with light, so we can see where he's going.
And inside the hammer pegs, we get a big key. That is to Desert Palace. Okay. Hey, everything's turning up aces today. All right, then.
That could push Rambler toward maybe Desert Palace, Mire area. Get that boosted sword out of Mire Shed, and you can clear out Desert if he really wants to right now.
Well, I'm hoping that he'll have the incentive to do so once he gets his bombos. But once he gets the chest, I hope he doesn't. I hope he realizes that he haven't done brewery, because in order to get in Misery Mire, that's what you're gonna need that bombos medallion.
See if he remembers. He hasn't done brewery yet here. Nope, he is skipping it.
Uh oh. This is where we panic, just a little bit, on the commentator's side.
Yeah, you got that early mirror.
I think the early mirror threw him off. That could be the case, which is understandable. Like, you got mirror, you can do all these other checks, you completely forget your normal checking routing for Village of Outcasts that easily. But hey, it's okay.
Treesapthief headed over to Tower of Hera.
Alright, this will be our first dive. So one neat treat you can do, if you're still looking to do the purple chest turn-in, is that you can leave the purple chest in the Dark World behind. And while you're still in the Dark World, you come to this, you mirror into here, and then it'll still check the purple chest as if you still had it. Which is a swan key, by the way, to Dark Palace. Hey, okay. That's actually, that's going to be useful. Meanwhile, on treesapthief's side, they're trying to line themselves up to do the Apocalypse. And there they go. First try. Pretty clean, if I say so myself.
Very nicely done.
That skips. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, Rambler headed. Oh, he's gonna do Desert first. Wish he would have done Myra Shed first, but it's fine.
You would have thought he would do Myra Shed first. Like, oh no, he's gonna come in here, realize something is on there, and then be like, well, I'll just go ahead and do all this first, and then come back to this later. But let's see what's on Torch, because that's the most important part. If there's nothing on Torch, then there's really nothing to really worry about. We do have our keys and big key to Desert Palace, so we can just make by with the hammer fighting Lamos, if anything. Mm-hmm. We do get blue mail though, so that's an added defense. That's nice. That's gonna make our runners' lives a lot easier now. Not having to worry about all that. And there's a whole heart on the Torch.
Yeah, he's not coming back for that.
Yeah, he's not coming back for that. Meanwhile, treesapthief fighting Moldrum got his second hit on the hammer end, and that's the third hit. Good bait and switch, moving back and letting Moldrum just do a U-turn. Sometimes the fights go your way, sometimes not. As treesapthief secures the first crystal of the seed in the game. Now in the lead, 1 crystal to none, and we're just about roughly 30 minutes to 40. 39 minutes in, roughly. But yeah.
Let's see. Treesapthief tried to debate. Should I go do Hera Basement? Should I?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Please. Don't offer it as much as you want.
Rambler is skipping Myra Shed again. Or just go to Myra Shed.
He'll get to it. He'll get to it eventually. And just once he does, he's going to kick himself in the toe a little bit. But it's going to be fine. There wasn't really anything super important on the Torch. Besides like a whole heart, which could be added defense. Oh, okay, now you're being silly.
Rambler, what do you do?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, okay. Hear me out. This is clean routing for Desert Palace, believe it or not. You go around, you do the closet, you save and quit, and then you flew back into Misery Mire to do the shed. This routing would make sense if he does that. Because he didn't do Moldrum. He didn't do Moldrum at all. He just went to the front part of Desert Palace to... See? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I would like to say I have faith in our runners to not be a little bit silly in the routing. But sometimes it happens. But it's understandable.
We got commentator hindsight here, knowing that there's something good in Myra Shed. But, yeah. Okay, here's Rambler in the Myra Shed now. Treesapthief headed over to Saha, gonna get that decent big key. He did pick up the Eastern Palace big key also in Hera, so it's gonna be able to clear out Eastern in one go.
Taking a unfortunate bonk on the mirror, but that's okay.
Not gonna complete desert. Question?
Well, I think he has
right
the big
there.
Key. Does he? Yeah, he has the big key.
Yeah, he does. He opened the big.
Oh right, no light source, no light source. He doesn't have.
Oh, he hasn't been to pod yet.
Yeah, he has not hit pod, which had lantern, fire rod, flippers, and Cane of Samora. So yeah. And he's just now realizing that he hasn't done the brewery, so now he's going in there. He's gonna get his bombo, so okay, he's not strayed far from the path.
Okay, and he's got bombos now. He's like, oh good, now Myra's the thing. He's gonna go ahead and get his revenge on Blind here.
All right, so here's the run back for Rambler. I'm gonna take the fight back to the blind. Fighting off script, a little bit hard to do, but it's manageable. Especially if you got blue mail now. You have blue mail and a good set of hearts, you're good to go. You can take a few lumps here and there, but make sure you don't get careless.
Yeah, you should be alright here.
That's hit number 2, and then... Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Alright. Alright, new information here on treesapthief side. 5 rupees in the big chest, Ether. And we're also going to see the big key chest here in Ether, which Rambler did not get to earlier.
It may not be anything at all, but I could be wrong. It could have our ice rod. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, I'm gonna do some North Dark World checks here. Gonna get the Bonk Rocks, Keys to Graveyard Ledge all in one swoop here.
Yeah, this is the thing that you are happy to have at the very least. That mirror is definitely gonna give him some knowledge on some of the checks that treesapthief has yet to do. Most likely he's gonna end up doing, but it depends on how the rest of the sea transpires, which I'm starting to have a little bit of reserves here and there, but who knows? But yeah, here we go at the back of the cemetery. We just get a compass, not in the ring home about, but we got 2 more checks after that, and it's all thanks to the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot. We got Tysmith. What am I talking about? We can just go in there. As we get 5 rupees from the King's Tomb. Surely Bonk Rocks will have our big item up to reveal for... Well, not our big item to go off of, but we know what Rambler needs to do next, which is, of course, Palace of Darkness, but I think he's waiting on getting the big key for that.
Or at least a bow.
Which is on Uncle, funny enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played with Rambler lots of times. I know he likes to skip out on Uncle for a long time, so it might be a while to get it. And we got Pounder of Armor Sex and that green pendant, so we'll get an additional check here for treesapthief Saha. Rambler picks up his pair of big keys from the back of the escape. Gonna go ahead and check Dark Cross here as well.
So yeah,
looks like wants to go back to Thieves Town.
he may be doing the Thieves Town dungeon just to clean that out the way. He also has Skull Woods that he can do now that he has a sword to get to the back part of it. So I'm thinking that he's gonna do all of this and then transition over to the Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace and turn in his green pendant prize. That's the thought process I'm seeing here. At least that's the thought process I'm theorizing that we're gonna see here from treesapthief.
I'm trying to locate that Dark Cross chest. There it is. Just a compass.
Well, that just means you need to start doing Uncle now, right? Nope, never mind.
Right? No.
He didn't. And see, the worst part about it is that Uncle and Escape is at the very least like easily accessible checks that you normally will probably do at the beginning of the game sometimes. So yeah, in a way that you So the way that Rambler is routing this, they're probably going to do every other check before doing Uncle, and that may end up putting a solid punishment dent on the gap that they're currently in right now. I want to say he's only behind one dungeon, and I believe those 2 dungeons that he's behind on, he can easily get back to with no issue. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of when he's going to get the items to do those dungeons. Which is, of course, we all know is an Eastern and Uncle. He is setting up for hair pot clip in a different way, which is boot speed, spin speed. Gets that done. Meanwhile, treesapthief is going to be very happy about the next set of items he's going to pull open from here. Showing us that you can hookshot the keyhole for quicker traversing, but those lizards in the way, they gotta go. Yeah, he's gonna get his mirror. He's gonna realize the checks that he can do, and I believe you know what? I just not realized this. We do have our small key for sewers, correct?
Yep.
Theoretically, you could clear sewers, so that may be the next plan of operations for treesapthief here. It would make sense to do all of that first, and then you finally start going into Eastern and Desert Palace, Eastern and Pod, and finishing that up. It makes routing a lot more sense that way. Unless you really hate swamp, which is understandable because there's some areas in the swamp that you really don't like. Hint, hint, cough, cough. The west side of it.
Rambler going to show us Dark Death Mountain here. See what we need for Turtle Rock.
Bombos.
And double bombos.
Hey. So both Mizermeyer and Turtle Rock requiring bombos is kind of a good deal. We may be out of the this seed yet. We still got a lot to try to acquire though. We still need I do believe we still need the big key to Turtle Rock. We still need a set of small keys as well. We still need Ice Rod. And I think that's it. I think that's it.
And Magic Bat here for treesapthief, which was in Hero Basement that Rambler skipped. Just 50 rupees, not going to be punished. Okay. And Super Bunny Cave here for Rambler. We get map to, well, a couple maps. Not great.
Now, if we were in a situation where we have to do fast scanning and the crystals on the maps and compasses are randomized, perhaps that would be useful. Not really. Not in this
Rambler
one.
Finally heading to the uncle, gonna get that bow.
He's gonna get the bow, and then he's going to realize, well, dang, I could have done this sooner.
And that he's probably gonna clear Eastern and Pond right after this, I would think.
Or he will be doing escape, which makes a lot of sense because he doesn't have flippers or the rods So he doesn't have a fire source for Palace of Darkness. He's going to see if he can find it in here. In a way, this makes a lot of sense on his perspective.
Mm-hmm. Treesapthief into desert area. Gonna clear that out.
I just saw a mouse cursor on the ice rod. He's pointing toward, like, I know where this ice rod is. I'm calling it right now. This is a declaration. Ice rod is an escape. Nah, just kidding. That would be wild if the ice rod was an escape. We do get a compass, so slowly whittling down our checks in escape. This will be the last one. And if it's nothing in there, it's kind of a bust, but you get it out the way because you don't know where your fire rod or lantern is at this point, and you're just trying to play a little bit of the logic now to see where it's at. And in
we got a bottle.
You know, that would be useful early, before we went to Catfish. Before we did the blind fight for the first time. That would have been super useful. But yeah, here is...
yes. Rambler headed to the right place now, headed to pod.
So yeah, after pod will be Eastern, and then after those two, most likely we're going to see Rambler follow in treesapthief's footsteps, finish Skull Woods, and be on his way to do... I want to say be on his way to do Swamp Palace as well. But yeah, at this point now, he's doing his best to try to catch up whatever gap is to treesapthief, and it shouldn't be. I want to say, let's see, yeah, he is still a dungeon roughly behind a dungeon. Well, it's going to be 2 dungeons now, and we're going to see this league get pulled even further as treesapthief is on the 3rd cycle for Landmost, but that's okay. He was trying to secure that last kill with some sword spins. And that is the next crystal acquired. 5 in hand, including a green pendant. Next stop most likely is going to be Swamp, or it's going to be Eastern and Eastern and Palace of Darkness.
Well,
or it could be Mire.
Yeah, it could be Mire. That's a fully clearable dungeon right now.
That is right.
I mean, it's not fun with a fire sword, but
well, you have bow and arrow. You have bow and arrow. You got bombs, and you even have just those. Yeah, it's still not fun, but you can still do it. It's possible.
Rambler looks like wasting no time here. I think he's headed right. Oh, he's doing the okay.
Yeah, he's doing Eastern. Yeah, he's doing Eastern big chest. Some would argue if you have Mirror, you would do Eastern after you do Palace of Darkness, but it's up to your preference. It would have been a lot easier in this case in point because all the fire sources are in Palace of Darkness. Ha 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 ha. Honey Seed, being a funny man.
Also, oh, that's Sword Admire.
Okay, there we go. So theoretically, if you are planning to do Castle Tower immediately after this, you would, I guess. But I wouldn't see a point in doing it yet. You may end up finding your third sword upgrade, which is, I will argue, Tempered Sword is way better than Golden Sword at this point because it does an adequate upgrade amount of damage compared to Master Sword. And you don't really need to, like, go out of your way to get it. If you can manage to get your third sword upgrade, you can just be like, oh, hey, I got the Golden Sword. You know, you're not looking for doing your main source of damage. So normally, Misery Mire can be a little bit weird as far as the it goes, but sometimes it can be generous. But sometimes with it being keys, you might as well do the cutscene chest key anyway. So yeah, you just gotta bite the bullet sometimes and do it, especially when you're still far away from being in go mode. We would like to think we know where every item is, but the sea would like to dictate otherwise.
Okay, Rambler, good shot East for Palace. That's their third dungeon down. And time to beer and headed to pod here. We're gonna fully clear pod now. Got 5 small keys, nothing to really worry about here. Gonna be able to check everything.
And we'll be able to zip through around the dungeon with no issue whatsoever because mirror. Yep, don't have to save on keys. Well, besides doing hammer jump, but that can be easily doable. Okay, you go over here, you open that wall, get your chest over here at the bridge. Then you go back around to take a look at the other 2 checks. Meanwhile, treesapthief is at the second half or the tail end of the Misery Mire dungeon, and once they finish with that, I do believe they'll be able to access the Pyramid Ferry for the big bomb. This is the second rare crystal, correct? No, wait, no.
Mire's a pendant.
Yeah, Mire's a pendant. My bad. Hey, you know what? I thought it could be on pedestal. That'd be fun if it was.
It depends.
But
which. I don't know. It depends where our third pendant is, but yeah. Like, if we don't know if TR is a pendant or a crystal yet, so. The only thing we don't really know is Swamp Ice or TR at this point.
And here we are in our Vidi fight. That bow and arrow is gonna see a lot of usage here. They do have to aim, so they are, which they're doing a very good job of, mind you. Making sure they stay out of the lightning bolt's way, which can do a lot of damage, even on blue mail. And with 3 arrows left, they're just going to use their Master Sword spins to finish up the rest of this fight, which is understandable.
And the hammer, the big eyeball now.
Oh, that's very bold. Hey, this is a runner familiar with this fight.
Nicely done.
Shutting down Vidya in spectacular fashion. Most runners will have some issues doing that fight. Meanwhile, back at Palace of Darkness, Rambler is doing an excellent job of just clearing this turtle room like clockwork.
And treesapthief just cleared out dungeons here at this point.
Yep, it's just a matter of where we're going to find our next huge set of items, or at least running out of all the leads that we have right now that is open to us.
Okay, and treesapthief remembering the small key here on the library as well.
We didn't get to get a moment to second look at this key, did we? This is a small key.
We did not.
Too. Oh, well, speaking of Turtle Rock keys,
Yeah,
Chad was like,
first one.
Chad was like, where's our Turtle Rock keys? See, you said there will be Turtle Rock keys. Where are they? Oh, they're just right up here on the library. At your local library store. Ah, that's funny.
Rambler takes down Helma, gets dungeon number 4 out of the way. Tell him to go back in and get the fire rod now. There you go. Right.
Yeah, at this point, you're kind of dried up on the checks without the fire, without any kind of light source. So this is the best second, not second best, but you better be going back here to do this, or else the seed will smack you back over here, whether you like it or not. It's one way of saying it. Yep, you go over here, you get your bombs, go in here. Get your fire rod.
I'm gonna set up for a hammer jump here.
Doing it from the top ropes. Thanks to boots, that makes it. This is a pretty easier way to do it. Saves you at least one screen transition, I believe. Successfully does it. Gets his sword.
Oh, there's a sword in pod too. Oh no.
So that means Treesap, if Treesap doesn't go for this big chest, that means they're going to it's a guaranteed at the very least silverless Master Sword on Treesap's side. Well, NYRambler will at the very least have guaranteed a Tempered Sword, silverless. We don't know where silvers are at yet, but if they come across a case where they don't come across it, that's going to be their situation. And the difference is going to be clear as night and day. Trust me when I say that. Tempered and Master Sword damage difference is huge.
Let's see where Rambler wants to go next. Looks like he's thinking Ice Palace.
It is a clearable dungeon now that you got the fire rod. Even more so, Cadence of Morning makes this dungeon a lot more bearable to do. Thanks to Ice Palace Icebreaker Flip. We just jump over the railing thanks to a Samora block.
Ice Palace is a crystal. So we are down to Swamp or Turtle Rock for our last pendant. And given how few keys we have for Turtle Rock, I'm liable to believe Turtle Rock is going to be a pendant today.
It all depends on what we come across in Swamp Palace. I wouldn't be, because there's...
Well, we just found silvers in Ice Palace.
Alright, so getting is going to be an easy fight to do. Even if you don't have Tempered Sword. I mean, sure, you're going to be spinning a lot, but it's still doable. It's not unbearable now. Excellent icebreaker.
Yeah. There is Turtle Rock key number 2.
Hey, everything's turning up.
First one for Rambler, but okay. We need at least 3 TR swallows to clear out TR. See, treesapthief looks like headed towards Skull Woods.
More compasses, but that's okay. Misses the first hookshot clip. There we go, second one. And there's our red mail. So there should be no excuses of dying, right? No, I'm just kidding. You can still end up getting killed.
Yeah, cold stare hurts no matter what mail you have.
Yeah. Yep. And boy, does it hurt a lot. Thankfully, though, half magic fire rod, and even then, yep, and Bombo. So it's gonna be an easy time to manage it. And I like what Rambler's doing. He did T-Slime Room, and he just goes back the other way. He makes it a lot. Now, see, I don't know. Is it easier to just go up the stairs and go back around, or no? I never did test that out.
I'm not sure. I don't like Ice Palace. I just do it as quickly as I can. Just get out. I don't like it.
Yeah, this is like if you've been doing a lot of speed, if you do a lot of Link to the Past, this will be one of those dungeons you just wish you can get out of here as soon as possible. So I'm not gonna argue that. Speaking of unbearable things, we got Mothula, but thankfully we got Fire Rod and Half Magic, so this shouldn't be too bad. Depending on how Mothula moves, and this is the stuff that you hate. You want it to stop being at the top. You want it to move down so it can start taking damage. And be dead on them. And make this go away. Just go.
I have my heart. Hold on.
I mean, you do have to do this without dying, so do be careful.
Just gotta be patient. Wait for month. Oh,
an unfortunate death. Meanwhile, NYRambler doing an excellent job of clearing Cold Stare, gets his 5th crystal. So they're now kind of tied. Yeah, actually, no, wait, they are. Well, wait, no, not yet. No, wait, no, they are tied. As far as dungeon clears goes.
Yeah, Rambler about to finish off Desert and Mire here now as well.
Yeah, the only difference is pendant count, which is Rambler is gonna be really quick in doing too, because Vinny is gonna be wishing he hit those silvers a little bit easier. They give one of our runners a little trouble, but that runner was really good at the hammer play, and they're gonna be like, okay, the next runner won't be so lucky, and then he see the silvers, he'll be like, well, dang it, I guess I'll just die. I guess I'll take these 2 arrow shots in my eye and just call it the day, I guess.
Rambler is a little short on arrows right now, too. Hopefully find some more.
Should be able to find some refills not too far off, if I'm not mistaken. Though I don't... It depends on if there's any pots nearby, but I could be wrong. Or if any enemy will drop some.
Yeah. Alright, take 2 for Moth here on treesapthief. Getting some nice fire rod shots in. Just gotta be a little patient.
There we go. Good shot. Down goes Mafia. You get a small key for your efforts. That'll lead you to Ice Palace. And you're well on your way. So yeah, now treesapthief is back on the lead for sure. With 2 more dungeons to clear, all that's left is to do Swamp and Turtle Rock, and Swamp is clearable. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And pray that our last set of keys are in Swamp. I mean, our last set of keys is in Swamp. That will be for our Turtle Rock and so on. You know, just...
Yeah, we just need a couple TR small keys and we're good to go, I think. Well, there's some arrows for Rambler.
Yeah, those are going to come very useful. Those are even more arrows. Should pick those up. Oh, never mind. Though you could do it with 18. 18 is a pretty considerable amount.
Yeah.
This is like, you might want to pick those up for the Ganon Tower climb ahead of time, though, so... Oh, well, never mind. We get 10 more over here. Never mind that. You know, just saying.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Never mind. Found them. And in our first foray into Swamp Palace, we get a whole heart. treesapthief is trying to close in on finishing up this seed. Just a matter of finding where those last set of keys and the ice rod at. We don't know if this is a pendant or if this is a crystal either, so if it's a pendant, that's actually a good sign, because that means the ice rod is not locked into Ganon's tower, which could be even more dubious. If it isn't a pendant, then we have to dive into Ganon's tower, look for ice rod, and then do Turtle Rock. That meaning we probably have to do another climb of Death Mountain to do so.
Yeah.
And we are seeing a clear difference of silver arrows being used here for the Vidi fight.
Yeah,
so
it's just a complete night and day difference there from what treesapthief had to do and what Rambler did there. So, yeah.
Granted,
fight.
Yeah, granted, treesapthief did do that fight spectacularly well, given the equipment and loadout that they had. So yeah, can't discount treesapthief for that one, but definitely Rambler getting paid dividends for his for not only opting out to not getting the bow very soon, but at the very least getting getting a little bit more mileage off of the silvers, which I forgot where silvers were all of a sudden. We picked
Ice
up
Palace.
Ice Palace, right. Okay.
So yeah, I think treesapthief is gonna get silvers at least too. So
Yeah, they're gonna
first chest.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna go to Ice Palace after Swamp for sure. We're just hoping Swamp left side has our much needed items, but it never does. I hate left side Swamp. All my homies hate left side Swamp.
Hey, left side Swamp has there's more health. Yeah, we got a small key to GT.
Okay, it did have something, but it wasn't substantial. So I can still proceed to hate left side Swamp.
Okay. Taking down Landmo with those silver arrows as well. And I believe Rambler should be heading to Swamp Palace next.
Yeah, they will not be too far off behind. They're just hop skipping away. They do need to finish their Mothula fight, so they are behind a boss at the very least. Which is what they might be doing right now. Yep, there we go.
Okay.
They are going to check out the library to get their key, and they're going to find out that's a small key to Turtle Rock. So they'll be happy for that.
That is treesapthief's first bottle in Swamp Palace.
Thankfully, Sick Kid didn't really have anything of important. I think just a whole heart, if I'm not mistaken. So, Swamp had nothing. So to say. Yeah, they really didn't have anything.
Sick Kid had a GT small key.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We do need a couple of those, though, because we still have to look for that GT big key in GT, so it's good to get a couple of them.
And if we're really unfortunate in this fight with Argus, we may need that GT key to open up a few other rooms. Just saying. Doing some excellent spins here. Trying to line up those shots. There we go. That's two more now. Argus is moving a little too close.
Rambler going to Swamp next.
Down goes Argus. We get a 20 rupees for our efforts, and we get a crystal!
Okay. Well,
This
good news.
can only-
Ice Rod is not on pad. Good news.
Yeah, good news. Pet is dead. Bad news. We have to scour GT. We have to look in GT to find our Ice Rod. Man, should we have to do a guessing game for GT for Ice Rod?
We might have to. I don't know. Okay, well, that does open up. Okay, Pyramid Fairy is open for treesapthief. Gonna go ahead and check out those two items.
You know what? It could be in there. Ice Rod could be. We hope to get bailed out on that regard. We don't want to do an Ice Rod hunt where we have to go into GT. Just saying. Unfortunate skull being hidden in the tree. No check on shovel. We have yet to find the shovel at all. You might have jinxed it because I'm pretty sure Shovel is in here. But nah, this is Quake and 10 Arrows. Alright. Never mind.
Well, we did find the shovel in the hair basement.
Alright.
That was... Rambler skipped out on that. Treesapthief did not.
Wait, so Treesapthief have yet to do Shovel? They are gonna do Escape, though.
Okay, well... We know there's nothing here in the front of Escape. So... it's gonna... While Rambler to catch up on some dungeons here.
Yeah, this is time. This is now time gained on Rambler. Rambler is definitely getting some equalization now that treesapthief is checking this area out. Which I don't think there was anything in here, so. So yeah, Rambler is gonna catch up pretty quickly. Hopefully, somewhat. I don't know for sure. He still has a Mafia fight to deal with, and once he finishes August, I think that's going to be the next course of action.
Yeah,
especially with the tempered sword that they got, they'll be able to do the Mafia fight with relative ease. Be right back. I got the door.
Okay. Okay, Rambler headed to Argus fight here. I believe he skipped left side, so he's gonna miss out of the GT Swalky, which could come and play later, but we'll see. Just have to taking out the ball and chain guard here in Hyrule Castle. Rambler having an easier time with that Argus fight with that tempered sword. And one silver arrow, out goes Argus. And another dungeon complete for New York Rambler. And treesapthief could go ahead and clear out Castle Tower here. Knows that about that sword on Lumberjack, so he's gonna be at least on tempered. Doesn't know about the big key, about the sword in the big chest pod, so they skipped it. And Rambler, yep, headed right to Skullwoods here. Gonna go ahead and finish that out. And that will put him in GT mode at this point. So this is his last crystal. Well, treesapthief still has to clear out Ice Palace as well.
I have returned, and it seems like I'm seeing treesapthief doing a little bit of the castle climb. I'm surprised.
I think this is a play just so he can get that sword off from Lumberjack.
And to be really honest, this makes sense because you still gotta clear Castle Tower. This is all dungeons after all. So yeah, this is just killing two birds with one stone. Yeah.
treesapthief skipping out on that sword in the big chest of pod. It's gonna be... So yeah, he's kind of just, he's like, I'm at that third sword. So, okay.
Which is really understandable.
Yeah, Rambler's going through Skullwoods here. This is his last 7th crystal, so he will be in GT mode after this.
And it feels like both runners is just going to go in there at the same time at this point.
Yeah, treesapthief still has to finish out Ice Palace as well. Very nice mouse fight there from Rambler.
Difference of tempered sword. and Master Sword, night and day. Like silver and regular arrows here. Just good lord. Treesapthief expressing some annoyance, which I understand too when doing this fight. How many blue balls are you going to be throwing at me this time, Aga? Just why are you like this? Give me the reflectable ones, please. Why are you like this?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
This is a mandatory fight, by the way, so both of our runners will be doing this. So there's no time gain or loss on this.
You just like to get it done as soon as possible, and Aga says no.
There we go.
There we go.
Aga
Right.
being very generous after the third cycle. So yeah, this is the teleport, and this is most likely going to be going into Lumberjack Ledge. So they're going to be saving the equipment, going into Sanctuary to do Lumberjack Ledge. And I'm going to assume... You know what? We didn't see Zoracheks or Waterfall Fairy up for that matter. Have we?
I don't believe so.
I sure it could be over there. Oh, we have. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
I'm having fatigue right now. You have to excuse me.
But yeah, Rambler headed straight up the mountain here.
Hobo Dick Spike Cave. Yep. I feel like you'll do those one-off checks before going to GT just to make sure.
Yeah, Treesapthief, you can go ahead and get his tempered sword.
At a different location. You love to see it.
A couple
Okay.
fairies, why not?
They might be going head first into the Death Mountain at this point. The way they didn't pick those fairies up. Would not be surprised. And then both of our runners would be locking themselves into there and hopefully... Yep, there we go. Oh, wait, this is a hobo check. Okay.
Oh, he's got to do Ice Palace still.
Oh, he's still got Ice Palace to finish. Oh, okay. Wow. Rambler has been ahead the entire time. I've kind of forgotten about that.
Yeah, you just get to a certain point, you just start clearing out dungeons here. So, yeah, Rambler gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if the Ice Rod is gonna show up here in GT, as we do need that and one more TR Skulky for Go mode at this point.
Yeah, if Ice Rod's not in GT, I'd hate it for being in Turtle Rock right now.
Nice ether on the torch. We don't need it. We're gonna skip it. Treesapthief picking up his silver arrows.
Man, now I'm kind of confused, because I always thought Rambler was like... They weren't that far off, but I'm trying to figure out where the tree sap fell off from. What checks did tree sap did that? Oh, you know what? Tempered sword damage as well as silvers on Vinny. Like small incremental, like faster clears, kind of probably shit that they lead to tree sap at this point.
You see Treesapthief is having a little trouble with that icebreaker here as well. Rambler got that pretty easily. There we go. Right. Gets the setup.
There we go. Took a bit of work, but got it done. But Rambler did that much quicker, so we're seeing that's the reason why Rambler is in GT now compared to Treesap, who is working their way through Ice Cave. No ice rod yet. They're going to take a look at the compass room. And if it's not in the compass room, then they're just going to have to start checking the Armos 2 fight. And if it's not in Armos, we got tile room to go through, you know. That'll be great. For the content, at least, I guess.
Alright, we're just going to do tile room right now.
Oh, okay. Wow. This is what we like to call the unorthodox Hail Mary. You don't see runners do this at all, ever. Unless they feel really behind.
Just 20 rupees to tile room, though. Yeah, Rambler does not have nearly enough GT swell keys.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why he was hoping tile room has his items. Fortunately, you know, it did not. So if GT Big Key is here, that means he has to make sure he grabs the key in the warp tile transition, and then he starts. That's right. Oh wow!
Wow. Okay.
Yep. You grab your key, you get your mirror, and you start doing the GT climb now. Actually, no. You can just come back. You just come back to this later. You can do turtle. Wait, you can't. Could you do turtle rock now?
We need one more TR small to clear TR.
But,
so, and still have no GT big key.
Oh, right. We don't have GT big key. Okay, never mind. Never mind. False alarm. Alright, yeah, we missing 2 more keys. Ain't this a kick in the teeth? Opting to not do the firebar room and looking to do...
Not enough keys.
Yeah, not enough. There was a key. Wait, did they get the key down there? Oh, wait, yeah, they did. Yeah. They went through here already. So, yeah, they're just skipping through all this. Wait a minute. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, to not use the key that they picked up from the east side. This makes sense.
Yep.
You save a key doing this. You save a key doing this routing. You're double backing, sure, but you save a key so you can do, at the very least, GT.
If the GT big key is in that double firebar room, then
oh yeah,
Rambler needs another GT swamp, which we know there's one on left side swamp.
Yeah.
He skipped.
Oh boy. Okay, there it is. There it is. I mean, we still gotta look for Turtle Rock's big key, and it could be anywhere. It could be in the double firebar room for all we know. Thanks to Silvers, this fight is more easier to manage.
Okay. We get 50 roops, a book.
Oh, that just makes the rabbit hole go even deeper. Oh my goodness. Like, see it. I'm gonna have to ask you to not do this. Please, don't do this. Stop.
Okay. Big chest of GT as well. Single arrow. Let's go.
Oh, a single arrow.
Okay, yeah, okay, Rambler gonna go ahead and check Ether Tablet here.
Maybe Ether Tablet will have his Turtle Rock key? Yes? No? Maybe?
Maybe? Anything? No.
Nope.
And looks like Rambler wants to go ahead and take the gamble here, headed to the rock. Hopefully you find your small key in there.
I want to say Rambler is kind of ahead, but given how this item loadout, how this item placement is, it's kind of hard to tell anymore.
Yeah, it's... We need one small key for to the rock to be done, so yeah, Rambler gonna go ahead and hope for that TR small key in TR at this point.
Theoretically, we could steal a key, and that would be fine.
Oh no, not a mushroom.
The one time you don't want to see a mushroom in a video game is in Turtle Rock, when you're missing one more key. Because theoretically, if we have 3 keys, we can steal the 4th key and move on with our lives. But if you didn't do left side swamp in today's seed, you're not doing that anytime soon. But at the very least, if you find a key here, you can do the same thing, which we'll find out soon enough. We get 20 rupees, we get a cape. Those are things we don't really have a use for, I guess, but I guess you could say Ganon's fight will be a lot easier with the cape and half magic. You're kind of kitted out now. You got a lot of good equipment going on here for the final fight. And here is treesapthief, skipping the fireball room as well. Still the key.
Rambler's gonna be able to get all the way to Laser Bridge with this loadout at least.
Now, if Laser Bridge does not have a small key to bail him out, he is in trouble. Or if any other chest that he opens up now does not give him a key, he is in trouble. Because that's like the deciding factor now.
Big chest. There. Oh, there it is.
Oh boy.
Mode. Hello.
In 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 32 seconds, NYRambler is in go mode.
All right. Just go to TR. Get your big key. You get last small key from TR.
I think he still has one more GT small key. So all he needs to do is go to the gauntlet, kill one of the mini Helm Stars for the other key, and then he'll be fine.
Yep.
What a bailout. Didn't even have to do Laser Bridge.
Nope. See, will treesapthief make that same play here? Looks like he is.
Yeah, he decided to just leave out much earlier.
He doesn't have the ice rod. He did not go. Does he have the ice rod?
No, he does not. That means he have yet to check Compass Room. This is another This creates the dent in the lead now. A big dent. Because he's betting Turtle Rock has his ice rod. Which it does not. It has a small key though. But it does not have the
Oh. Wait, I think he's realizing he should have checked right side GT. So Rambler takes down Try next there for...
Oh, he's going up.
Oh.
This is going to be this may hurt. This may hurt a lot more than going into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this is kind of unfortunate here for treesapthief. Rambler gonna go ahead, clear out GT, then Castle Tower, then fall right into Ganon.
I gotta ask, what was the reason to skip? What was the reason to not do? No, wait, you had to do Compass Room while you're in GT. There's no reason not to do Compass Room.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Especially if you're still looking for the item to go into go mode. You're already in here. Both runners are running through the gauntlet nearly at the same time, so we're going to see how this all plays out for both of our runners as one right after the other go into each different room to handle this assortment of enemies, as I would like to call it, because I ain't got no kind words for some of them. Especially with the way they've been moving away from me as I'm trying to slash at them in my attempts to run this game. Now goes the second set of Wiz robes in spectacular fashion, mind you. There goes our key, and checking these two chests here, we just get a set of bombs. And I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight too much up here in top of GT.
Yeah, there's only 2 more checks to do, and then you gotta make the dreadful realization that this was not the answer, unfortunately. I wonder if the beam hit the Morty.
Oh no, there's the 4th TR.
Oh my god. So he was right in doing this.
He's just wrong about not skipping out on that ice rod in Compass Room. That's unfortunate. He probably feels like, wow, That is really
So
good.
This will drive him far, far away from GT. That's actually awful.
Yeah.
This will drive him back away from GT to even see if Ice Rod is in Compass Room. Because they're placing their bets on GT having, not GT, but Total Rock having the Ice Rod. Which, unfortunately, we know it's not there, but he doesn't.
Right. Rambler already taking down Aga 2 here. Treesapthief having a little trouble with the shots here. Rambler just has to go into Castle Tower here.
Down goes Aga too for Treesapthief, but they still gotta finish up Total Rock, which they're gonna go there. They're gonna explore it, and then they're gonna go to Laser Bridge. And they're gonna be very, very disappointed at what's gonna happen in that dungeon.
We're gonna get some.
Check out Sick Kid.
Yeah, Sick Kid. Get that GT Smokey after you already been in GT.
That hurts even more now. That has to be a that has to be a very gut-wrenching feeling right now. To realize that Sick Kid had like a cheap Smokey to GT. So
I mean, to be fair, he did have a late bottle.
He has a late bottle, right? But he also had flu, so it was at any given moment he could have quickly came to Sick Kid. Is what I would theorize would be my argument. Not theorize, would be my argument. Like you have unlocked the easily accessible check that you can do right now, and you held off on it until you get to Ganon's Tower. Meanwhile, we saw Spin Speed and in Aga's Magic Trick Room of all things. That's actually pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Time for NYRambler to do his fair share of blue balls.
Yep. Yeah, there was quite a few blue balls here from Aga, so I believe there was like 7 or 8, so quite a few
it
of
was
them.
It was up to the 3rd Thunder cycle, so if I'm not mistaken. So he will be here for a while. He might be sweating though. He probably feels like he's far behind. And if he probably looking at the room going, they have yet to hit done yet. What's going on in his seed? Why are you like this? Stop doing the blue balls, please! Pulling at the wall frustratingly. Showing the same set of showing the same set of feeling annoyed at this fight. Same as Treesapthief. Down goes Aga 1. All that is left now for NYRambler is to finish up the big Ganon fight. Thankfully, we have the tools to do it. Temper Sword, Silver's, Cape Half Magic. You couldn't ask for a better loadout.
Oh no, go get the gold sword. No. No, Rambler does not know about that sword of the lumberjack, so.
There is no time. Your tempered sword is enough. Into the third phase. Those are some good one cycles, by the way. Or at least, no, like that was a 2 cycle for the first one. The 1 cycle for the fire bats, so. But yeah, good 1 cycle on the fire bats. You'd love to see it. Oh, that's a good
double.
Good double.
Oh. Yeah.
Doesn't get the refreeze, but that's okay. He can pace this out. And down goes the big Ganon.
Alright, chat, you know what to do. Get your GGs. For NYRambler, who is going to take this race and move on to the next round in the brackets.
Finishing with a time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 17 seconds. Meanwhile, over at treesapthief side, we are still going through the Turtle Rock dungeon.
It's that 4 TR small there in the big chest. You can go ahead and check lava chest. As we are now joined by the winner of the race today, Rambler. GG's, man.
Hey, Captain. Thank you. GG's.
Whew.
So, quick question.
Yo, quick
ahead.
answer.
Did you feel behind after a while when you was doing some of those checks?
I felt behind after I died going to pick up Blind from Blind Cell. From that point until I found Ice Rod, I felt woefully behind.
Okay.
So that's the main reason why I skipped Left Side Swamp. That's really the only reason I skipped Left Side Swamp. If I was like doing normal, if I was okay, let's say I didn't do Eastern, let's say I didn't die in Thieves twice or whatever. The Blind Death I didn't mind because it's 5 hearts hammer. Everybody dies there. But dying when I had full hearts going into Blind Cell and I ended up dying there, that was horrendous. So that's where I fell behind. Okay. And that's why I decided to skip Left Side Swamp and skip Pyramid Fair. I probably would have done both if I didn't.
Okay. Well, those are some actually like understandable skips, so to say.
Yes. So my theory was when I was basically once I found Samaria, I had access to full clear every dungeon except Turtle Rock. So I was like, all right, and I don't know what the last pendant is. Is it Swamp or is it Turtle Rock? So my thought was, let me do Swamp before Skull, only because if Swamp is a pendant, I can pull Ped while I'm over there. If Swamp's a crystal, I can get into GT.
Yep. And it turned out to be a crystal, so it just led you to DT. So
yeah, at that point, once I got Swamp as a crystal, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do Skull Woods. I'll get everything out of there, and then I'm gonna go straight to GT and hope that the 2 things I needed there, I needed just because I knew going in that I only had the 1 GT small, and I knew how to route it. I knew to skip map chest.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, all right, all I need is Ice Rod and a Turtle Rock Small. I want the Ice Rod first, because then I know I don't need 2 Turtle Rock Smalls.
Yeah. Which, Ice Rod being in the right compass room is definitely what gave you... Like, that was actually the deciding factor, because what happened between you and treesapthief, they were following suit and going into GT, but they ended up skipping compass room entirely.
Yeah, they said that they also had only the 1 small, and I don't know if they said that they opened map chest or what.
They skipped firebar room, so they didn't get the
they skipped map chest. Okay, so they did that, but they said that still didn't have the small key to go right side, so I don't know where they spent the extra key. Unless they went with 0.
He didn't. He skipped out on Sick Kid for a while. That had that GT small.
Yeah,
So.
the one GT small Sick Kid, which I mean, that was the one thing I was happy about with getting. I got a bottle early from like a really it was Catfish. I got a bottle from Catfish super early, and I was like, if this leads to something, could be good. And it was GT small. I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but I mean, the other 3 bottles all showed up, but they were all much later.
Yeah, and we are joined now also by treesapthief, GG Suya.
GG's.
Mike's still a little low, but it's better than last time.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta crank him up.
Last week we did the interview and you couldn't hear at all. At least here you can hear a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, where's your thoughts running through that seed? Because there was a lot of things that both of y'all were doing that y'all kind of played and gambled on.
Well, I thought the front of the seed was so front-loaded and pretty much barely a start in. I thought I could complete almost every single dungeon, but as I kept going through, I knew that Ice Rod was still lingering out there and I was still missing a few keys. And I just had a sneaking hunch it was in GT, but I just misrouted it. If I would have done right side with compass room before going up, I would have found that Ice Rod and I wouldn't have lost any keys, but I just wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, I think I need one more key, so I just said I'm going to climb first.
Oh, we thought you was betting your hopes on GT, not GT, but at least Turtle Rock having an Ice Rod at the same time, which was like one of those Hail Mary plays as well. So
that was definitely the next. Well, I definitely have had a fad keys where Ice Rod was in big key chest.
Yeah,
if I didn't find Ice Rod, I definitely would have mirrored and done Turtle Rock before I climbed GT.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that you did Sick Kid right after GT, get that GT swaggy, though. That's kind of the unfortunate circumstance, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, And at that point, I was like, do I climb or do I look at a couple more places nearby? And by that time, I was like, it's past 2 hours. Let's check. Ah, dang.
Yeah.
If I would have gone right side, knowing that I could have, that was just a blunder on my part. I maybe have been closer in time, but.
Did you find the 4th TR small at all, or no?
Yeah, that was in the Moldor 2 chest.
Oh, okay, wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's a really bad place for it because, I mean, in your mind, I would have done was climb GT before. If I didn't find a TR small in Turtle Rock, I would have climbed GT after I left Turtle Rock, and then before I check anything else. Because GT is a beatable dungeon, you always want to do your beatable dungeon. So I would have found it, but then I would have to climb the mountain again, and it would have been a little annoying.
Yeah. And
so that's why I was very happy when I found it in the big chest.
Yep, and there is forfeit from treesapthief. Played a very well-rounded race from both players. Rambler, of course, scored the Thief's Town early, getting that mirror out of the big chest.
Listen, that was a struggle. I died in blind cell.
On Thieves Town.
So y'all was both of y'all were into the
blind as well.
Yeah.
Well, I died in blind too. I left and I came back immediately once I got sword and boots. Like the first thing I did after I got sword and boots was go kill blind.
Yep.
Yeah. Both of y'all were kind of running on low percent runs, so to say. Like you had like few hearts and on green mail during the first dive into Thieves Town. So it was really understandable why there was few deaths here and there in that segment part. But I believe it was when where was the besides the last part being like the huge clear deciding factor, I think both of y'all were neck and neck, and at some point Rambler pulled ahead due to the clean fights that they had with Viddy as well as Cold Stare. But yeah, it was pretty close at that point. It was either one of you was behind a dungeon or both of y'all were going in like crisscrossing each other's paths and picking up whatever y'all have looked for.
And of course, treesapthief headed to Uncle for say get that early bow, led him to Pod for all those wonderful items in Pod early. So, um, yeah, I know Rambler, you don't like the Uncle route at the beginning, so kind of missed out on that bow for a while. But
Yeah, but at least the bow, like once I got the bow, it sent me to go do pod.
Yeah, like I think because he didn't have the bow, it helped him out and helped him out as far as decision making, made it much easier to do other checks first, and that's how he kind of started to pull ahead on that.
Yeah, and like not
Mhm.
having bow led me to like if I didn't have bow, I still would have been able to clear everything in pod minus the boss. I would have bottle glitched and gotten the right side, and I would have gotten all those items, but then I wouldn't have bow. However, because of everything that was there, I would have had fire on Samaria. I would have gone straight to Ice Palace next and gotten bow anyway.
Yeah.
Like if I would have done the same things if I didn't have bow, I would have just had to gone back and kill 2 bosses. And I might not have found silvers because I might have never gone back to Uncle.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I was saying during the run when you was heading toward Death Mountain, I was like, you're gonna do everything before you go to do Uncle at this point until you like exhaust every other option. Which made sense.
Everything but like pod and ice. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, yeah, it's like treesapthief missed out on the big chest in Pod as well that had the other sword that you could have had. There was a sword in the lumberjack tree that Rambler never scouted.
Yeah, I never saw it. I was thinking I was gonna. So if I think I goofed that because I think I was gonna check it after I checked the skull with the big chest, but then I just goofed and went straight to GT instead.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't miss it. I found somewhere, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. So, but yep, yeah, I think that's gonna about wrap this up. Rambler moving on to the next round in brackets. Congratulations. And do you know your opponent yet? Or
Yes. I think we were the last round 1 match to be finalized. Everyone else is in round 2 already. I'm now already messaging and talking to Cademan 941 or Kademan 941. That's who my next opponent is. So looking forward to that.
All right,
Yeah.
and treesapthief, congratulations making the brackets this year. Not an easy feat in this mode. But yeah, good.
No, that's my
Go ahead
this is
and
my first challenge cup and first tournament experience. So I'm
That's
pretty
actually pretty.
happy with what I
Yeah.
got. So
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive. If it's your first challenge cup, you got out of grouping into brackets. That's something to write home about for sure. So we do hope to see you participate more within the within the Link to the Past speedrunning community. This was at least the randomized part.
yeah, I usually just stick around the ladder races because they're all I have time for these days. But
Oh, okay.
hey, I was able to schedule this thing in and have a good time. But maybe another tournament is in my future. I don't know yet for sure.
You can join the league. The league starts up in about 3-4 months.
3 or 4 months, roughly. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting league out, so you can take over from my team if you want.
oh,
But yeah, I believe that should be all the
think about it.
questions I'll have.
yeah, let's get some final words from our racers today. Anything you'd like to say?
I mean, thanks to everyone that put this on to showcase our horrendous. Well, I have to call the horrendous. My early aim was horrendous. Like I just couldn't execute properly without a sword. Give me a sword every time, please. That's why my record's so good in Casual Boots and Ambrosia. Yeah, I'm decent at swordless. That doesn't make sense. I guess when I know I'm not gonna have a sword, I know what to do. When I want a sword, when I'm supposed to have a sword, I want a sword. But yeah, thanks to everyone for putting this out for us, and keep up the good job. And yeah, thank you.
Do give a follow to our runners in their respective Twitch channels for giving us a fantastic display of skill for sure. Like, trust me, everyone would have messed up a lot on this seed. Y'all did it the best way I could probably ever imagine, especially for our FAD keys, no less. As well, it follows to our trackers, keeping us up to date on the action, making sure they hit the buttons to highlight all the items that our runners have acquired, as well as our restreamer, who has blessed us the opportunity to commentate and as well as look at this game 3 unfold, as well as give a follow to my co-commentator over here, keeping it down locked for me while I'm just here, there, and everywhere. I don't know where I'm going in this commentary.
Well, yeah, I think that's gonna do it here. Still plenty of Challenge Cup action to come here on Zelda Speedruns.
Yep, I was
Yeah,
just about to
just
discuss the schedule. Yeah, you guys had
go
no
right
other
ahead.
thoughts? So yeah, GG's to our runners once again. NYRambler and treesapthief, and good luck to Rambler against Cademan in round 2. And this was GG's to treesapthief on an excellent run to the tournament this year. We do indeed hope to see you back for some more races. Thank you to both our commentators today, Hub and Captain. This also trackers, Pix Caliber, and Lady Laura Linda. You can find all the links there in the chat to follow everyone. Coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we have this is the final race of the night, but tomorrow we do have a couple of weekly races for the Ocarina of Time Randomizer, the standard weekly races. We've got the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race. We'll have at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a couple of Winoker Randomizer Mini Blends tournament races. And we have one more ALttPR match on the schedule for this weekend. It'll be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a game 2 between Plasma Snake and Darkened Sky, scheduled for ZSR main, so we hope to see you all then, with more matches debated throughout the week as they get scheduled. But in the meantime, that'll be it here for us tonight. Thank you for watching all. Then you run over to someone else playing LTTR, and have a good night.